there's no way that within truth that a unit can control anything, because there's no unit and something else. There's just this, which includes, apparently, visually, for us, a unit and then everything else. But from truth, there's just the one thing going on. So what's happening is all of this is happening spontaneously at every moment. Every moment is completely new, and it's operating spontaneously. And sometimes you may hear me say, well, this moment is as it must be because of all the other moments, but I just mean that as a way of talking. There's this moment here now. There's only one moment. There's no, these are the moments of my lives or my life or whatever. There's just one. And but it's a divine oneness. It's not a human type of oneness where we can get it. And but we can see from the absolute view that it's impossible for anything in the relative world to actually bring about any change in truth. But that doesn't mean it can't change the relative world. And in other words, the relative has its rules and it doesn't break them. And divinity has the absolute has its rules, if you will, and it doesn't break those either, except for when it does, which would be when one of us is walking down the road and spontaneously there's an eruption, which we would call an awakening. And then that is sort of like the absolute broke the rule of not telling itself the truth that it's not this unit only. Because that's the way that relativity works. Is it relatively only works as long as I believe there's a me and an other. That's what relativity is. What is it built on? It's built on me and other, right? And so this yin yang represents the entire world of relativity, of manifestation. This is the whole. Everything rests on this. Everything rests on this. This is the most important symbol in my life, and it has been for 40 years. This is the it's almost like the, I don't know, like I don't know if I'm using the word correctly, but I'm going to use it anyway. Like the fulcrum of everything. It's like the energy, the machine of the energy machine behind everything. At least within relativity, it has nothing to do with the absolute, but except that it is almost like an absolute expression of relativity. It's a divine expression of relativity. I've still got it around my neck. I've had one of these things somewhere on me and around me and everything else for 40 years, right? So ever since I first began, I didn't put things together when just in very early on, when things began to fall together in a noticeable way. They'd always been falling, but it was not in a noticeable way, right? Now it was happening in such a way, because at some point, when you see the balance of things, the perfect balance of things, then you can spot the fact that the one thing about perfect balance is that it never stays the same. That doesn't make any sense, but that's what this is. It's perfect balance, ever changing perfect balance.